Polar Bear Hotel in
Um,
China draws guests and criticism. You see that picture of the kid looking down at the
mm-hmm,
polar bear in the middle of that containment, whatever. Um,
mm-hmm,
but it's a hotel that's opened in the northern part of China, like the coldest part of China, a
mm-hmm.
Polar Land theme park, and it has 21 guest rooms, which can look down on the polar bears 24/7. And I mean, the idea sounds pretty awesome, to be honest with you. Like, I would totally go to that hotel. But then when you look at the pictures on how like sparse the polar bear's little exhibit area is, it's just kind of sad. Like, yeah, it's just a bare floor, like some really ugly painted walls to look like it's snowing. It's just like, oh
Mm-hmm.
man, that's such a shame. But at the same time, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's so cool. Like I would totally check into a hotel like that. I just wish, like looking at the pictures, the what would this be? Like this little area that the polar bears can hang out in. I just think it was more well done. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was kind of a cool, interesting thing. But what do you think?
Okay.
Speak, man.
So let me just start by saying I love zoos and I love aquariums. I love going to see animals. Um, I think it's a great experience, but I am very picky about which zoos and which aquariums I go to. Um, I I'll check to see, like, are they rescuing animals? Like a lot of smaller zoos and aquariums, they actually rescue animals and then they like nurture them back to health, and then they try to reintroduce them to their natural habitat. And I'm totally down with going to those places because you're paying for them to do that. I don't know what the situation is here. I doubt that it's like that. Um, but you know, I have a mixed view on aquariums and zoos and things like that. The one thing that I guess gets under my skin here is just like, why do things have to just keep getting more outrageous to be cool or fun?
What do you mean
Like
outrageous?
um like especially with tourism and things like that. You remember like the hot pot video that we did
Mm,
where people are just chilling in Chili's
in
and
soup,
stuff
basically. They're just
in soup.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to say this, but it's like, hey, what do you know? Next thing, let's go eat some bat and then cause a worldwide pandemic. Like, I don't
Allegedly,
know.
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But if you've ever been to if you've ever been to an exotic meat market, dude, it's crazy.
Mm.
I've been to a couple, um, and like I don't know, I just see, and in the MGM Grand there are, I think it's tigers or lions,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's cool when you go and see them, and like you get to see a real lion or real tiger, face to face.
So that's what this
But
is.
it's
This is
just
a polar bear, man. You get to see a polar bear from your room. Wake up, open the
yeah,
curtains, and there's a polar bear.
yeah, and that's what I mean is how much more extreme or outrageous does it have to be? Like next thing you know, they're gonna put an actual polar bear in the room, and your room is gonna be around the polar bear, so that you have your own personal polar bear to watch, and then maybe you can like shove little fish into its cage, and you can watch it like eat. Like where does it stop?
Yeah, I think this is at this is a point where it's probably going to stop for a bit, especially if conservationists and animal rights people have a seat at the table. I
Hmm.
don't think in our, well, I shouldn't say in our lifetime because it probably will, but in the near future, like what you're saying would happen, unless it is happening secretly. Um, I don't know. Like, yeah, it is weird that like things get ramped up and then get what's the newest and coolest, and but I think that's just a byproduct of our culture now. Like, especially with the internet and TikTok, and it's like, what's the next trend? What's the next dance? What's
Yeah,
the next whatever? It's like, especially news too. What's the next news stories? What's the next? What's the next? What's the next? So places, I mean, unfortunately, places have to start figuring out like how to keep customers and keep business going and such. So I think
yeah,
it's just a byproduct of all that. And I mean, it seems cool, but like I was saying, it just looks kind of sparse.
yeah, yeah. I feel sad. And going back to that culture, we don't need to talk about this. We can move on to something else. But like one person that I'm super into right now is David Goggins. If you know who David Goggins is,
Yeah, get your
and
ass
it's
up, motherfucker.
just well, and that's the thing is just like
Stay
um
hard.
it is a little, I guess, outrageous. But what the outrageous part is, he's just going out and freaking working hard. Like like can you be outrageous when you're actually like doing something, in my opinion, more worthwhile?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
then
know.
you're in the slippery slope of what is considered worthwhile. Like you what you consider worthwhile and what these people in China consider worthwhile could be completely different. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, and for example, he promotes like uh reaching your potential in your life, and he promotes not being lazy, and he actually says like to if you want to just sit at home, drink beer and eat pizza, good, but be the best damn pizza beer drinking person ever.
yeah.
Like, it's just like be the best that you can possibly be, which I admire that. But anyway, yeah, let's go on to something else here.